Hi, Sparks here. So this is my second video in the Making of Chromie series. This video is going to be on patterning, but basically my process is to cover the dress form or myself in plastic wrap and then masking tape. And then the masking tape allows me to draw my armor or clothing designs right onto it. The plastic wrap allows it to peel off after I've cut it apart, and then I have patterns that I can trace onto fabric or EVA foam. Okay, now that it's all covered in tape, I'm going to make a few reference markers. So I always measure the distance between my shoulders. So the next spot that I make sure that I mark is this distance between the top of the shoulder and the base of the neck, where I would want a neckline or collar to sit. Sometimes you might wonder, how do you know like how wide to make something? Especially with armor, how giant to make a shoulder. I actually use a website called, I think it's pronounced Nifigan. You upload an image of your character and then you have a line marker and you draw a line from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet, and you tell it how tall you are. So now any other line that I draw on her, so from here to the tip of her shoulder, it's going to figure out if Chromie was 5'2", how big her shoulder would be. I just draw what I see on my reference images. She has armor that goes over it, so I just kind of use my imagination as to what I think that her shirt underneath looks like. So now I'm going to start patterning the chest armor. I just try to get the shapes as close as I can. Transferring designs from a video game character onto a human can sometimes be tricky because it's a video game and things aren't real and sometimes they just don't work out in real life. So I just do the best that I can. All right, so next up is shoulder armor. I find it easiest to just build like a ball or something that's going to make it the general shape and then cover that in the plastic wrap and masking tape, just like I do with my dress form, and then that gives me something that's the correct shape to draw on. I'll just start gluing paper and horns and all kinds of stuff on them to create my patterns. And then you can just use a blade and some scissors and carefully cut the rest of your pattern off of your form. How do I make something like this into a pattern? It's obviously dome shaped because it goes over my breast. When you're sewing, you use something called darts. I'm going to cut. So I'm continuing that line to create the full curve, which will give me that extra fabric in that area where I'm going to create a dart. And I cut apart all of the armor pieces. Then I'm going to draw a line following the bottom of the breast cup so that I can cut the breast cup apart from the rest of the chest armor. To get the rest of the breast cup to sit flat, just continue to cut more slits and eventually it'll go flat. The fewer slits that you can make, the better, because that's less seams that you have to deal with. But once you glue those slits back together, it will create a dome shape. For the shoulders, I marked a line down the approximate center. So I'm going to cut apart the top tier and then I'm going to add a dart where I feel that it needs one in order for it to lay more flat. And then just like with the breast cups, when I go to build it, I'll heat form them and I will glue that dart back together. It'll help create that curve and then I'll have a domed shoulder. That is it for patterning and I will see you next time. Bye.